Treating every day like it's your birthday, will also recognize the special gift that each day really is. Too often we don't think of our days as being special. We just go through our days playing out habits that carry us from one moment to the next. And that lull of life lacks the joy that each day can and does bring. That's why I've said for, years on this program, a life on autopilot will never lead you to your best life. You have to live intentionally. There's nothing to savor in simply going through the motions. Very often we go through those motions without any awareness of what we're doing. That's how we're biologically hardwired to operate. We have a habit and we just play out the habit. How much more alive would you feel if you determined to be proactive rather than reactive? If you resolved you were going to thrive and not just survive? If you decided that you were going to guide your actions to move yourself to a destination that you chose, rather than letting your actions be guided by whatever urgent item has presented itself before you? Treating every day like it's your birthday breaks you out of that reactive mold because it's not something you normally do. It doesn't conform to routine or habit. And being intentional in what you do, it not only gives you more joy in your life, helps you to live more in the moment, but it takes what you do out of the shadows and into the light of awareness. And awareness is really that key aspect that brings you the joy in living. By being fully aware of what you're doing, it does two things for you. One, it opens you to the joy to be found in each moment of living. And two, it increases your sensitivity to possibilities. And that allows for creativity and finding solutions to overcome obstacles. When I apply these ideas to my current challenges, I can see a path ahead. I also see room for improvement in my approach and improvement over my past performance. I definitely see that. But I also see possibilities that I had not previously considered, let alone pursued. And strangely, I feel excited about that. You'd think that seeing the wide gap between where I am and where I could be, wide gap. Let's make it wide. Let's make it so wide. Take it out of the camera shot. It's that wide, right? You would think looking at a gap that wide would dishearten and discourage me, but it doesn't. See, I see what I can become coming out the other side, and that gives me hope that magical days can still lie ahead of me. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not an oncoming train. It's the other side of the mountain. Treating today like it's my birthday has brought me to that vantage point. Whether it's from attempting unsuccessfully to grow Joy in the Journey Radio, or from confronting LDS singles life, or from trying to make my way in a fallen and imperfect world, or from some other source, the specifics of the challenges that confront me don't really matter as much as my response to those challenges. I'm looking for the joy instead of wallowing in the mire of misery. I'm embracing optimism in a brighter future that I can forge. I'm opening myself to the hope that always is because Christ always is. And because Christ always is, I always have a ready partner that can help me conquer anything my day might bring. That perspective fills me with faith, the sort of implicit trust that a child has. As I go forward in that faith, I'm tempering the responsibilities of adulthood with the perspectives of childhood. And the days, despite being filled with challenges that would appear to overwhelm, are filled with wonder and excitement and magic, just like birthdays when I was a kid.